lit. Yeah, you can't tell me. Yeah, remember I was broke. Yeah, now I'm getting rich.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Kurtis and this is
Marcella.
And this is the MK Show. Stay tuned. Okay, in today's video, Marcella wants to tell the story of the Shadow Man. Now, some of you may know who the Shadow Man is. Maybe some of you have seen the Shadow Man. I have never seen the Shadow Man because I don't have dreams.
Oh,
so
it's about dreams.
I don't have dreams. But we're gonna let her tell her story of the time where she was almost kidnapped by the Shadow Man.
I don't think I was almost kidnapped.
Kidnapped.
Okay.
So how did it go?
Oh, how did it go? Well, I don't know if you guys know what like shadow people are in general. I just learned that they're a pretty popular concept. They're mostly seen like when you're in sleep paralysis. And if you don't know what sleep paralysis is, it's just like when your mind is conscious but your body is still paralyzed, kind of in a dream state. It paralyzes itself automatically when you're dreaming so that you don't act out your dreams. But sometimes you can wake up during like that paralysis. You can't like move or talk. You can move your eyes, but like for the most part you're kind of just like a vegetable during that time period until your body just like comes out of it naturally. So this is back when I was younger. I used to have sleep paralysis a lot. Like I would say almost every night when I'd wake up and I'd be in sleep paralysis. I remember the first time it happened, I thought I was dying, and then I just kind of accepted it and went back to sleep and then just woke up the next day and it was fine. But there's like one particular time where I remember the nightmare I was having. It was always with nightmares. Like I always had like sleep paralysis with nightmares. I don't know if those two are linked together, but that happened to me a lot. So I woke up like mid nightmare. It's a nightmare about I had been turned into, you know, those like wind up chatter teeth with like the little feet. They're like kind of bouncing. I was turned into one of those by like God knows what, and I was like running down this hallway, this really colorful hallway without a roof, so you could like see outside, but the outside was like pitch black, like floating somewhere in the universe. And I was like chattering through this hallway, running away from like this black blobby stuff that was trying to get me. But of course I couldn't like run because I'm like chattering teeth, so I could do is like chatter down the hallway. So I was like hardcore booking it like as fast as chatter teeth could go. And like to a kid this is scary because I'm like, I don't want to be sucked up by the blob, like, and I'm already teeth, so I was like really not, it wasn't a good dream. So anyway, I woke up mid-dream, just like kind of came out of it. I don't even know how to describe it because like the dream didn't stop. I just kind of like emerged, like poked my head out of the dream. I don't know if that makes sense. Like if anyone, like if anyone's ever experienced that where they kind of like wake up all of a sudden to where they're like it seems like the dream is down here and you're just kind of floating above. But like I was dreaming and I was like sitting there in my bed and like I could open my eyes, but I couldn't move and I couldn't speak. And I look over like to my door because I used to always sleep towards the door. I don't do that anymore. But like I looked towards the door and there was just this like shadow figure just staring at me, and it like I was scared out of my mind because like I didn't know who it was, or like I didn't know what it was doing there because like it didn't have like any facial identifications. It didn't have like any clothing. It was just like there. Like I was like,
Does stuff bother you?
yeah, it was just standing there and it didn't do anything. It didn't say anything. It was just standing there and it had no eyes. I just could tell it was like looking at me, and it was looking at me with like intensity. So I was like standing there and I was trying to like call out for help, but I was like mid sleep paralysis, so like I couldn't say anything. And I like tried to move because like I didn't want to die, so I was like trying to move, like I was trying to move my like arms and legs and I couldn't move. I felt like spaghetti before it's cooked, like that stiff noodle. That's how I felt. I was just like laying there in bed as a stiff noodle, and like the Shadow Man was just like staring at me in my doorway. Mind you, like my door is wide open. Like my door is wide open and this like man figure is staring into my soul. And mind you, I'm like hovering above this dream and I'm just like, do I die or do I just go back to where I feel like I'm gonna die? So I just decided to go back to dreaming. And guess what? It snapped right back into the nightmare. And I was like, oh my God. And like that nightmare just continued. It was a bad night for me. That was a rough night. But I woke up the next day in a sweat, mind you. I was like, because like I'd already had my nightmare. I already saw the shadow man. Everything was just going wrong for me that day. But then it was sunny. And I was like, was all that just a dream? Like, was all that pretend? I'm like, what the heck? It was very weird. So I just like wrote it off as like some weird child thing I ate. I don't really know. But I like, you know, days passed and I had like completely forgotten about it because I was a kid. And
how do you forget about something like that?
It was like a one-time event. Like it didn't really matter in my mind. And then it happened again. I was having a nightmare and like I woke up in sleep, like sleep paralysis, and I saw the shadow man again. But this time he wasn't like in my doorway. I had my closet doors open and they're like kind of slidey closet doors at my parents' house. So they were wooden slidey closet doors. And he was standing like in my closet, just lurking, just looking. And he didn't say anything. And I was like watching him. And I thought like, this is like not real. I was like blinking. Mind you, I'm like old enough to know like I could be seeing things, but I'm young enough to still be scared. So I'm like looking and I'm blinking thinking like it's my eyes playing tricks on me. And no, he wasn't going away. Like he was saying like posted up like, sup nigga, what's good? And I was just like, oh my God. Like I'm still like blinking, like trying to like make sense of it all. And like I can feel myself kind of like falling back asleep, but like I'm still scared. And like I feel the dream just take me over. And then next thing I know, I wake up and I'm like continued like this for a while until like I got used to just seeing him. Like if I left the door open somewhere, I'd usually like wake up in like a sleep paralysis and like looking at him, and like he never like did anything until like one day like I remembered all my doors were shut. I still woke up and this nigga was at the edge of my bed. That's the first time I've seen him move. Like he was always in the doorway and he never moved, like ever. And then he was like at the edge of my bed, and that like really scared me because, you know, we were cool when he stayed at the doorways because he was like a considerable distance. He wasn't within touching distance, but like right at the edge of my bed, like I could see him and he didn't move. He just stared at me. And I was just like I could feel like fear, like my heart racing, and I was just like because I was like, he got closer, like what, like he never like stated his intentions. He never talked. He didn't have eyes. And I was just like, and like this time like I like stayed awake. Like I couldn't fall asleep because he was like right there, and I couldn't scream because I was like, my natural thing was to scream, but after like the first couple times I like never felt like screaming. I just kind of like stared at him, rolled over. We were cool. But now that he was at the edge of my bed, we weren't really cool anymore. So
like you started a partnership with him.
Well, like he just was there. So I would wake up and see him often enough, and he never did anything. And he was gone by the morning, so he was cool in my butt until he was like at the edge of my bed. So once he was at like the edge of my bed, I was like really nervous because he had never been that close before. So I was just like staring at him, like literally like staring at him. And when you're in sleep paralysis, it feels like forever. But I was trying to like move. Like I could not go back to sleep because he was just there like staring at me. And like I could feel like my hand, like if you've ever been in sleep paralysis, you're trying your hardest and you can like kind of feel your hands doing this, like you're kind of like convulsing, but you can't like move them. You're just like trying your hardest. And then finally I like snapped out of it. It felt like a brick wall was like lifted off me. I let out this big like and like I look up, he's gone. And I was just like, are you kidding me? I was just like looking around, like I was like, was this all a dream? Like did I just snap away from a dream? Because it kind of feels like that, like when you're in sleep paralysis and you're like kind of hallucinating a little bit, which is like I guess a common thing in sleep paralysis is that like since your mind isn't fully awake, like your body isn't fully awake, a lot of your dreams can come to life. But like once like I snapped out of it, it felt like I like snapped kind of out of a dream and like he was gone. And I was just like bro, we can't do this. So I started getting like paranoid because, you know, I'm a paranoid adult, so I was like extra super on edge. So like every night I would like kind of lay down at the very top of my bed because like stretched out, he could have like grabbed my feet, sucked me under, and I would have have been God knows where. So I like scooted up to like the edge of my bed, and you can ask my mom, I would sleep in like the fetal position in the corner because I was like, I don't want this guy to come like snatch me up. Like, I can't do it. And like the more I got bunched up in the corner, because I don't sleep on pillows. This is partly the reason why, so I could get like as close to the wall as I could. Like, I took all the pillows, put them like as a barrier just in case he decided to snatch me from the back. I put it as a barrier in my back. My feet were facing like this and my head was up against the wall, so you know, I couldn't suck my brains out. So I was like protected by pillows essentially in my feet. So I was like this in the corner of my bed. I thought I was safe because like what, a month passed before I had sleep paralysis again. I don't know how or why that is. And then I woke up. When I tell you, I woke up in sleep paralysis and this guy was right beside my face. I was like, I just accepted death at that point because I was like, there's no way he could be getting this close and not wanting to kill me. And I can remember like staring into like this blank face. It's just, I don't know if you guys ever like stared into someone's eyes and they just don't have like a soul. That's what it felt like. I was just like, I'm dead. Like, obviously I'm dead and I'm gone. Like, tell my parents I love them because I'm crossing over to the other side. Like, he was about to take me there. So I was just like stressed. I was so pressed because I was like, you should have just killed me while I was asleep, you know? I got really annoyed at that point. Like, you should have just killed me then. So I went back to sleep expecting to be dead in the morning, and no.
Oh, you were expecting to die?
Yes, like there's no way you're gonna get that close.
But you woke up with an attitude.
Yeah, I did. I had a whole attitude because I was like, why are you gonna keep getting closer and closer and closer?
To be honest, you gotta get that man a right hook.
I couldn't. I was in sleep paralysis. I couldn't move.
He got lucky then.
Like, all you can do like is move your eyes like all around the room, and like I can't even turn over to look what's behind me. Something might have like snatched me up.
Damn.
I would have been it. That would have been it. I was like, he's gonna kill me. Like, that's it. I'm gone. I'm done.
Finished.
I'm finished. Like, I thought I was done. And like, of course, I woke up the next morning paranoid with an attitude. So like, ever since then, it's changed my whole style of sleeping. I don't sleep by doors. I don't sleep by windows because I'm like, that nigga didn't come through the door because my door was shut. He came through the window. My window was open. So I don't like look out of windows. I'm too scared to see anything. Like, just in case. Like, I was on the second floor, so I'm like, there's no way anyone could climb up there and like, you know. But so in my mind, that's where he came from, was the window. And like, so I don't look through windows. I don't look through blinds at night because I'm like paranoid that like I'll actually see something. Like, my paranoia will just it'll be like true. It won't be paranoia. I'll be like for real. Like, it's just, yeah. And then they'll just take me. Like, I'm done. I'm took. I'm shook. I'm deceased. So like, I don't look through windows. I don't sleep by doorways, and like, I don't ever sleep with my door open. And like, I don't know if Kurtis ever notices this, but I close the bathroom door, and he closes like our bedroom door, but I always close the bathroom door just because I'm like, they can get you through anywhere. Like, they can snatch you up. And we have like a pretty spacious room with a freaking doorway with no door, and it's made that way. It's made to just be like an archway into our room, but like, bro, I can't sleep towards it. Like, I feel like if I do and I wake up in sleep paralysis, he's gonna be there and be like, haha, I'm back. So like, I just don't do it. Even at our last apartment, me and Kurtis switched sides for a night. I couldn't sleep. Like, he slept by the door and I usually slept by the window, but we like switched sides, and I could not sleep for the life of me because I was like staring at both the doors I was by, because there was a closet door and our bedroom door, and I couldn't take it. I was just like, it's just like the things, even like, it's just like bad because like, I don't like open doorways or like just like dark doorways or just like anything of that nature. I don't like windows when you can like see into the darkness. Like, there's got to be some kind of like white blind shield of protection right there, because it's just like, I'll be staring at it all night. Like, I cannot cannot sleep unless like there could be like anything outside ready to like come up to the window and slurp me up like they're Pennywise, you know. I was just like real over it. I haven't seen a shadow person in quite a long time. I had other encounters after that, but a lot of the other encounters, they were like further back. That's the closest they've ever gotten to me is like right, kind of like right here. But strangely, they never like were crouching down or like sitting. They were always standing. I don't know what that's about, but if you guys ever see or saw shadow people as a child or even as an adult, because like I'm sure it happens to a lot of adults, it just happened to me more as a child. But if you've seen shadow people, you know, let me know so I don't feel as weird about it. Now, it's like paranormal stuff is like, it gets you. It'll slurp you up by the throat and it'll hold you just. It'll be like, because you just like, unless you've experienced it, you don't know like the terror that goes behind it, because you're like, I don't know what it is. It just shows up randomly and it doesn't say anything and it doesn't do anything. All it does is look. So that's my story about like most of the shadow people I see.
I apologize. I don't know why this happened to you, but I'm glad it doesn't happen to you as often. I've never been encountered by any people who weren't ready to get these hands. So I think that's the end of the video. If you ever experience any shadow people come into your presence, down in the comment section down below, and we'll be sure to assist you in giving them the hands. But I think that's Jesus has blessed us with hands. So, but I thank you for watching the video. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and if you like the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. But I think that is the end of the video, so we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.